And then the external, admittedly, I'm not good at, I don't do external marketing. I never did. When I worked for in a mixer setting, my very first experience out of school, I had to do the screenings. I stand in a grocery store and talk about symptoms and turn that into chiropractic. And I always said, I'm never going to do one of those things again. And if I ever did do something like that, I would have my little tent set up, and I would have a laundry basket full of puppies. Like, I'm not gonna do, like the scales where your body's shifted one side or the other, or people do the scan stations or the position that your body. I would have a laundry basket full of puppies.
Awesome.
Hey, you want to come talk? You can go talk to that chiropractor, and he's gonna do all this or he's gonna do the chair massage and then somehow twist that into chiropractic. I'm like, you can just come talk to me and we can play with these puppies, and maybe we'll talk about chiropractic, or maybe we'll just talk about how cute these puppies are.
Yeah.
That would be my idea of external marketing. Also, if you know of anybody with a whole bunch of puppies, let me know. And I could maybe volunteer from get them from the Humane Society. So I've never actually done that, but that's what I would do. I'm thinking about how did I build my office in the beginning. When I first started, I was first 3 years I also worked as a server at a restaurant, at a very local restaurant, and people would say, but this isn't just your full-time job. What else do you do? And I'd be like, I'm starting a chiropractic office in town, and yada yada. And they're like, why are you here then? I'm like, well, because businesses don't necessarily support you right away. And then when I got written up at the restaurant from my manager, because on 2 separate occasions, just a couple weeks from each other, patrons who came in regularly both called the restaurant asking for my business information because they wanted to start coming to my office.
Yeah.
And he was like, you can't be talking about your business when you're working here. And I'm like, I'm not. It's not like I'm slipping a business card in with their bill at the end. I'm like we just talk, and then they're asking me. And but that was largely how I built in the very early days of my practice. Not only from the patrons coming in the restaurant, but I don't know how it is out in these parts, but there are a lot of lifetime restaurant, that they've chosen their career as working in the service industry and restaurants, and they're on their feet all day. They're carrying heavy trays of food. They are loving. They're like, I can come in and get adjusted every week, and it's not, and I can do it if I have a big tip week, I can put more money in than if I have a low tip week. I still get to come every week, and I get to, and so then those people, they stay in that career, but then they kind of move from restaurant to restaurants, and those people talk, and so that turned into I needed the job out of necessity to pay my bills, but it turned into an awesome marketing, external marketing job for me. But between that and honestly, the only other thing that I ever did to grow my office, because word of mouth is really the only external advertising I've ever done. You've all heard of a BNI, the networking groups. Well, I couldn't afford to be in a BNI when I first started in my practice. So I found a couple other people that were also interested in being in a BNI business. And we said, well, let's just start our own, and we'll just have lower fees than what BNI does. And other places do that. Other people do that for sure. And I feel like a lot of them are very short. They're kind of short-lived a lot of times, and they might last a year or two. You maybe get 6 to 10 to 12 members, and then they just kind of fizzle out. By the grace of God, we got the right people in this particular group. We were 4 years. Well, we were one group, and then there was this other group, and we kind of combined forces because it just so happened that both groups had one overlapping profession, because you can only have one of each profession in this group, and it was a car insurance, and the one guy was already kind of thinking about going out anyway, so then there wasn't an overlap. So we went from 10 people each to a group of 20, and then we built it and sustained it. So this group lasted 5-6 years probably. We would meet once a week. And my goal in that group was never ever, talk about mindset. Talk about mindset. My goal was never, what is this group gonna do for me? It was always, 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 what can I do for the other people in this group? I would have been in that networking group for 6. Well, I wasn't for 6 years. I would have stayed in it for 6 years if I never got a referral. Because then what ended up happening? Well, guess who ended up being the best referrer in the whole group? It was me. Well, again, because I'm trying, I want to help these people, but I also have these office members over here, people that I see every week. Oh, you're looking to buy a house. You're looking to buy your first house. Do you have a realtor you're working with? You should talk to this, so and so. Well, and it just so happened that all of these people from the referral group, they all ended up coming to my office. Some of them are still there. 15 years later, I have families that have been coming in. Like when you